Welcome to Facts or Frauds. And it's time we address our old friend Ninti El Bey once again. Looks like she's trying to get our attention. You got it, Ninti.
How to defend myself against the unruly, the unrighteous, and the unjust.
Yes, this is going to be a how-to on defending yourself against the unruly, unrighteous, and the unjust. Is that all, Ninti? Am I missing anything?
Who continue to try to violate the rights of indigenous people.
No. Stop there. You don't have those rights, Ninti. You are not indigenous.
A principle that I have stood for over 2 decades now. So this is me, plastered in the news once again, here to tell my side of the story, which should have been an option when on the news, when being talked about by several media outlets, who is supposed to get both sides of the story. So let me talk about my side of the story so you can get a full view of who Ninti El Bey really is.
So let's show them who Ninti El Bey really is.
We've never had anything compared with this, not at all. Just crazy.
Neighbors in the Piper Glen community say Ninti El Bey moved into this foreclosed home on Kelly Woods Lane back in July, and they've been fighting to have her removed ever since.
The police have been called several times and have come out, and there's been some altercations.
The attorney who represents the Homeowners Association says El Bey has been arrested at least 3 times for squatting in this house, and each time he says she just moves right back in. Experts on this type of crime say she's likely a member of the Sovereign Citizens Movement, a group that believes in common law and chooses to live in foreclosed, upscale homes like this one for a reason.
How many showings might that house have? Maybe one a month, perhaps. And so the likelihood of getting caught quickly diminishes the bigger the house that you target.
Corey Flowers with the Greensboro Police Department travels around the country to educate other departments about these squatters. He says it's been a growing problem since 2008 during the recession, and it continues to be a problem because for squatters, the stakes are low.
The worst crime that she's committed, honestly, on the books is like a misdemeanor breaking and entering, a trespassing, which is also a misdemeanor. So, yeah, it's fairly frustrating.
Frustrating for law enforcement and neighbors.
It's like an embarrassment in a way, but hopefully it will be resolved very soon.
There are now security guards outside this house 24/7, and they've been instructed to call police if El Bey tries to come back.
A judge found Ninti El Bey guilty Tuesday night of breaking and entering and trespassing. Her case went to court after neighbors on Kelly Woods Lane in South Charlotte complained that El Bey illegally moved into a foreclosed home, but she says she didn't commit any crime.
The statutes that were brought against me were improperly applied.
El Bey claims she's a member of the Moorish nation, but an assistant Grand Mufti of the Moorish Science Temple of America told us he's never met her.
Now, we may not agree with all the laws, but we strictly adhere to the laws, all the laws. If there's a legal process to obtain something, then we do that. If there's a legal process to obtain a traveling document, then we do that.
Sergeant Corey Flowers with the Greensboro Police Department told us what we saw unfold here in South Charlotte isn't unique to this city. He said over the years he saw many different cases where people claim religious affiliations and adopt the idea of sovereign citizenship.
They believe that banks can't own property, only human beings can own property, so a foreclosed house is just a serendipitous situation. As an abandoned house, we can enter it, we can begin taking care of it, and it becomes ours.
You dealing with any type of situation, it don't matter what they are charging you with. Once you claim your status, and that is, your status establishes the jurisdiction of any matter in their corporate construct. Remember, it's a corporate construct, it's a court, it's a legal system which is not lawful. It's basically there for corporate purposes to make money off the people And so everything is a commercial contract. Now that we know and we know better, we make them deal with just our status. We don't have to deal with secure party creditor, although I have, and you might see some of my information out there on that. But the main gist of where we are today, if you want to get out of any contract, any legal situation, because legal is corporate, is blue, is fake. The blue signature is fake. The black signature is dead. Any corporation that has charged you with anything or made a claim against you, you then have to come forward and invoke your powers. And your powers is in your status. Your status dictates jurisdiction. Them are the first two things that any court, any matter upon the land they cannot go past that. Any judge, any state who's bringing a charge, the first two things they have to deal with is status and jurisdiction. They have to determine the status of the party and of the subject matter, and jurisdiction of the party and the subject matter. If they can't get past the status, they can't go nowhere else. That's where the case stops. That's why a lot of times Moors don't understand that they have already won the case.
A judge found Ninti El Bey guilty.
But they know you don't know, and you're not sure because you keep coming, you keep pulling for straws, you keep coming back into their courtroom and their jurisdiction when you already told them they don't have jurisdiction. So your actions cannot contradict what you have already said on the record, because if it does, it nullifies what your special presentation already told them. This is the thing that we have been struggling with, because we in fear that they're going to come and get us. You have to remove fear. You have to remove all doubt. You have to know, and you have to stand in who you are. That is your saving grace. That's what saved me. If anybody knows my story, you know how many times they came for me, how many times they locked me up, how many times they tried to put me up under the jail. All because of, and I hadn't done nothing wrong, because I knew it was bogus. I knew it was BS because I know real estate. But had I not known, they would have put me up under the jail.
A judge found Ninti El Bey
guilty.
I'm guilty.
And then I was ready for them 5 years into studying regarding my status and regarding standing in the court, and used to smashing rogue police officers on the stand. That was my thing. That was a fun thing for me to do. But then I got tired of that, because then I started seeing the game, and I started seeing it was all fraud. So I'm not agreeing to nothing. So then I started playing. I was just start going back there to see how I can play the game with them. Make them bow down.
Baby, I'm guilty.
Just by a few words. The whole line of district attorneys turn their head the other way. It's like a hidden language, and you have to know when you have won.
But it didn't get you off the charges. See, 2007, you were found guilty. And what about that lawsuit you were suing for $101 million? Oh, look at that. Dismissed as frivolous. Right, Ninti. Frivolous. What do you have to say now?
And as far as this sovereign citizen crap, Aborigines and Aboriginals, Imperial Moors, indigenous inhabitants cannot be citizens of the United States Corporation. Not even if they tried. Sovereign citizen is a corporate construct, a misnomer, like black, the term made up by government ops, COINTELPRO.
Sure, Ninti. Everybody's a COINTEL and op if they're just calling out your nonsense. Okay.
Ninti El Bey is a certified master mortgage underwriter, just one of the many professional licenses that I hold. I also got a call from a brother who met with the UN. and they clearly told him that they do not honor anything from the Moors. Yes, they don't honor anything from the Moors. So I need to know what's going on, because these folks that's going around saying that they're judges, injuring people, using them for their own agenda to file liens on the service corporation, because that's a strategy. Just want to make a name for themselves. Wow. Unbeknownst new Moors are being injured. And I need for Light to Jury Bay to stand down and stop putting Moors in jeopardy, in harm's way, telling them to go file liens on all of these individuals and service corporations, because she cannot help them when they get caught up, injured, or even killed. These people came into my house. They're not playing. You can't play with that.
You can't fix stupid.
Hi. Well, that's just about it. So, thanks for watching. And we'll see you again real soon.
And thanks for hanging out with us on Facts or Frauds. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, you're subscribed, and ring that bell. Also, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think.
Actually, I wish you could see the studio floor right now. There's nowhere more fascinating after a show. Everyone's so busy. like bees or white Anglo-Saxon Protestants.
And a huge thank you to all of our Facts or Frauds channel members. If you'd like to become a member, click on the link in the description or click join right next to subscribe.
There's electricians all rolling up their cables. Whoops! Sorry, guys. And there's the sound technicians unplugging all the microphones. Okay if I keep mine on for a minute, Nobby? Stand up.
Now, if you're still hanging out, thank you. I appreciate you all. Why not hit the thumbs up button, make sure you're subscribed, ring the bell, and leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Until next time, I'll see you soon.
And of course, there's lots of the producer's friends, all excited, waiting to meet the stars and generally getting in everybody's way. Just like our producer. Oh, we don't mind. Oh, and not forgetting the prop guys. They're busy striking the set. That's an interesting little point there. Striking. That's a word we all use in the biz for dismantling the set. Taking it apart, unscrewing things, releasing safety catches, that sort of thing.